Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. Today, is that a portal?
Well, we're in a new kitchen now. I hope that the lighting and acoustics in here aren't different, thus causing this to go poorly and me only finding out when I'm editing. That'll be a bummer. But anyway, now that we're here, might as well cook something. Today we're making a 4-ingredient Parmesan Caesar, did I bake Caesar chicken? That's what I have written down there. So that's what we're making today. I hope you're ready for it. So with this 4-ingredient baked Caesar, it's essentially a baked Caesar salad without greens is the vibe I'm getting from this, because it's like all the things just without lettuce. Just throw some lettuce in the oven, see what happens. But the sour cream is technically optional. So this can go from a 4-ingredient recipe to a 3-ingredient recipe. But they also try to be a little cheeky and they're like, oh, it's only 4 ingredients. But then in the ingredients for the Caesar dressing, they're like, but you should use our homemade Caesar dressing. And I'm like, that's more than 4 ingredients. Therefore, nope, I'm gonna buy it from the store because we're lazy here. That's December is the be lazy month. And we're gonna see how, like this, to be fair, this recipe, if it works marginally well, is gonna be the ultimate lazy dinner, because it's probably about 5 minutes of prep work and then 30 minutes of baking. I'm not optimistic because I feel like the chicken is just, it's not gonna penetrate. I feel like if I marinated it in the Caesar for a bit, then maybe, but I feel like it's just gonna be like chicken with a bunch of Parmesan cheese on top and then like a little vinegary taste. But if it is marginally good, the fact that it's so simple will send it to the moon. But enough of that, enough of me trashing or complimenting this recipe. Why don't we run through the super quick list of ingredients and then we'll get into cooking. Chicken, Caesar dressing, Parmesan, and sour cream. The first step is to get the chicken thickness down to like 3/4 of an inch to an inch. That's obviously at the thickest point. So for me, I'm just going to cut the chicken in half because I do not have one of the meat pounder things, which could be a cheaper form of therapy. That's some aggression you're gonna be getting out, but I don't have one. So maybe I need to get one, but right now I do not. So I'm just gonna cut them in half and call it a day. Next is in an 8x11 greased pan, which I'm gonna use an 8x13 because I have an 8x8 and an 8x13. Didn't really know that 8x11 was even a thing. Like, why? Anyway, just put the chicken in something that will contain it, and then we're going to sprinkle it with the Parmesan and then also black pepper, because apparently numbers don't exist anymore, and when they say 4 ingredients, they actually mean 5 because pepper's an ingredient. You can't get around this by saying, oh, spices don't count. They count. They count. So this is 5 ingredients. So in that last step, I just put like half the Parmesan because it doesn't really specify how much of the total amount of Parmesan to put on there. So I figured we're doing it here. And then in another step, just do half and half. However, that seems like a ton of Parmesan. But I'm gonna follow the instructions, but it seems a little crazy to me. Anywho, the next step is to mix together the sour cream and the Caesar dressing. And then we're going to pour that on top of the Parmesan covered chicken that we have, and then put the rest of the Parmesan on top of that. And then I might just do like a little bit more black pepper, see how I feel. Now that everything's together, we're gonna put that in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes. And then at the end of that, we're going to broil for 2 to 4 minutes until it's like golden brown on top. All right, here we have one of the pieces. The full thing's back there, but I mean, I don't need to show that to you because it's gonna be the thumbnail. So you already know what that looks like, but let's see how it tastes. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. The chicken is like perfectly cooked. It's very juicy. It did not dry out. And like the flavors aren't super strong, but they're definitely there. And so that's kind of a positive. I was expecting it to be much more absent. Like you'd have like maybe the first bite you taste it because like that was like the crust first. And then the rest is just a bunch of chicken flavor. But it felt like it was pretty consistent all the way through. So that's a good positive there. This would probably go great with like rice on the side and then some kind of vegetable. So overall, like in terms of for the like level of effort that it took for this, I would say, what's the opposite of a dud? A pass? A surprising victory. Whatever that is, it's that. So I would say, go make this if you're feeling lazy. If not, probably a better recipe to do out there. But in terms of 4 to 5 ingredient things, pretty solid. The bar was very low and it decently passed it. So I'm actually happy with this. And a true test, chicken is a little difficult, but like for reheating, like tomorrow for like my work lunch, we'll see how that goes. But in terms of like if you make it just like for the dinner and like serve to people right away, solid right here. But also, I'm liking the kitchen for cooking in the show and stuff. Like I have more room. It's a space to breathe, but I don't know like how like the lighting looks and stuff. So we'll find out in editing, and then hopefully if it's bad, improve for next time. But if my lighting and audio is bad, I hope that you can still hear that this is pretty solid, and I think you should give it a try. So far we got one in each camp. The next few weeks we'll see if I can find some other real good duds or surprising some things. And on that note, bye Mom, still not dead. See ya.